Thursday was the session. So
Yeah.
मैं बोला before the session, I started now doing that 7-minute meditation of money, where of money. So before the session, मैं बोला, let me do that meditation. Let me connect with them. It will be easier. And before I left office, I was working on a deal. So मैं बोला before the session, I started now doing that 7-minute. Why is it meditation of money? I am recording and I am of something happening. So before the session, मैं बोला.
ये क्या हुआ?
I don't know. Money is playing with something.
अरे Adil was speaking plus recording भी चल रही थी Adil के साथ साथ.
Meditation. Let me connect with them.
Just a second. Just a second.
And before I left office, I was working on a deal.
This is not Adil. This is just the recording.
I started now doing that 7-minute.
Okay, wait. So I was trying to get the video going on YouTube, and it doesn't have a. Oh bloody hell! I don't know what's happening. Okay, now I'm back. Okay, everybody, just relax. Okay, now we're live on YouTube, but mostly it's on silent. I don't know from where today it suddenly has audio. And so as you are speaking here, you are also speaking there. Okay, so let's have the story again.
So on Thursday before the session, I said I'll meditate, and I sat in the meditation. And just before leaving office, I was working on a deal, and the gap was about $10,000 a day. 64,000 the owner offered. I was stuck at 52, around that much. So before leaving, I said, boss, I don't think this is going to work out. Let's draw. Don't have too much expectation, but I will try my best. Came home, simply made my cup of tea, sat in the meditation. And in the first 2 minutes, you say put a smile on your face. I put that smile on my face, and the phone rang. And the broker says to me, the owner has agreed to $56,000. From 64, he came down. Before my session started, we closed the deal also.
Wow.
My target was 55,000. We closed it at 55.5.
क्या बात है?
I mean, वो meditation मैंने चालू किया 2 minutes में, and that smile on that face, and everything was done.
So beautiful. So
and
beautiful.
Today this Om Namah Shiva started. I don't know.
बढ़िया है, अच्छा है. That's so beautiful. You know, it's so beautiful to keep seeing the changes within. These are all just changes within. बाहर तो manifestation है. Manifestation is pointless to put your fingers on, because manifestations change like this. We just stick with the energy.
Exactly.
So beautiful. So
कभी-कभी बॉस आके बोलता है आदिल ये करना है वो करना है, मैं मन में सिर्फ अभी हंसते रहता हूँ. तू कुछ नहीं करेगा ना, मैं कुछ नहीं करूंगा. जो करना है बाबा ही करेंगे, and the universe works in our favor. बस इतना ही मन में बोल के मैं हंसते रहता हूँ उसके ऊपर.
So beautiful, so cute, so wonderful. Abhilasha started on some unaware, and all of that. Abhilasha, don't confuse me. I have a full session to go through.
No, this Om Namah Shiva he's chanting is वही तो है जो आप बता रही थी. Unaware awareness. He comes into awareness without knowing, starts chanting.
Kuch hai. Anyways, all right. So wonderful to hear of this beautiful Om Namah Shivaya magic. Okay, everyone, let me just.
Yeah. Hi, Meenal.
Hi.
Hi, Mimi.
Hi. Can I start?
Irshad.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. All right. Saying hello to everyone, and there we go. So today the topic that came up was actually something that happened last year. Last year, One Day Money gave this topic that there are no wrong turns ever. So when that topic came up and I came to speak on it, in that moment, money decides, no, that's not the topic for today. The topic for today is fakiri. Who is a fakir? What makes a fakir? How does he live? And all of that. So we did that webinar, and then we forgot all about it. We forgot all about this topic. And then, somebody reminded me yesterday, oh, you haven't done that topic ever since it came up. And I said, okay, now that it's come up, let's take a look at it. And sure enough, I could almost see that from last year to now, there is still so much more understanding, a deeper place of understanding, that today when I speak, well, today when Mani speaks on this topic, I have stories to tell. See, for me, it's all about stories. I have nothing else to do but to keep going through life. When I go through life, I go through stories, I get understandings, I come and share them with you. So that when the same stuff happens with you, you will be easily recognizing what is happening. You will already have a ready reckoner and you will be able to see, Meenal was talking about this. So that's the only purpose of these stories. I have to go through these 180 experiences and talk about them just so that everything can be served to you on a platter and be useful for you at some point in time. Anyways, so going to the topic of there are never any wrong turns. So when we look at our life, and again, I'm going to talk about, whatever has happened in the past. And sometimes, let us say, there were a couple of opportunities and we missed one opportunity, or rather we made a choice of something and then we never did get to explore the other side. And then many times we look at it with some regret, saying, oh, maybe, I should have done that. If I would have done that, life would have been different. Sometimes it's a career choice, sometimes it's a choice in a marriage. And then you constantly think that, okay, what if I had done that? Wouldn't things have been so much easier? Sometimes when we are looking at, let's say we are looking at a choice for getting married, and then we get married to what we think is a better choice. Oh, this fellow has more money, is a better, more more qualified person, more suitable for me, more my standard, whatever it is that we are thinking. And then we make that choice. And then, a few years later, we are thinking, oh, we made the wrong call. We should have gone with that other fella, that who was there. Well, as we understand energies now, no wrong turns ever. No matter what you would have done at that point in time, the answers would have pretty much been the same. Why? Because we know now that all the universe manifestation that's happening in our universe, happening from our energy. We drew this person, we thought we were making an analytical choice and therefore deciding. We didn't know then that it's the vibration that's pulling. And if the vibration that's pulling, it's got to make us experience a whole set of experiences. In that moment, all our analysis will simply point in that direction. The outside play will be so attractive in that direction that we will go there. We will choose that because that's where our energy vibration is calling out to us. So now that we understand that, today, if we have a choice, about something, today, if you're sitting at a crossroad and we can't figure out whether to go this way or to go that way, what is it that we do? How do we tackle this situation? Whether I should take this job or that job, whether I should wear a red shirt or a yellow shirt. For me, both of them equally important, the color of the shirt and the nature of the job. Why? Because everything is simply in the moment. It is simply in the moment when I understand the energy. Whatever gives me joy, I will choose it in the now. But let us say we're not just talking about a shirt, and many people will be like, how can you make a decision for a shirt in the same way that you make a decision for a career? I can, because the only thing that I'm now focused on is energy. And so I will tell you, okay, fine, you want to do some analysis. Let's sit with the analysis, but this analysis a little bit different. If you want to evaluate two career choices, then simply take a look at both of them and see why is it that you want to choose one or the other. Why is it that you want to make a choice at all? No matter where the choice is available, why is it that you want to make a choice of one or the other? What is pulling you in one direction and what is pulling you in the other? What is the doubt from? Where is the doubt arising from? As soon as you look at it from this energy perspective, you will be able to see that there has got to be fear underneath somewhere. So let's take a hypothetical example and say, okay, if the fear belongs, so let us say I have two choices of jobs. One is paying me less money, and the other is paying me more money, but doesn't hold my interest. Now, how would I think about it? So if one is paying me more money, and that's why, oh, sorry, this hand was the one that was paying me less money. So let's deal with that first. So if it's paying me less money, it's not enough. Look at it and say, what is it that you are fearing? Are you fearing that whatever you have is all that the universe is going to give to you? Is this where the universe stops giving to you? This is the end of all giving. This is the end of your abundance. This is it. Universe says, no, this is all that you will get per year and nothing more, nothing less. If that is where you are coming from, then understand it's simply fear. It is your fear because the universe is a very giving universe only if you think it is. So if you think it is not giving, well, of course you are right. If you think it is a giving universe, well, of course you are right. And so as you look at the program of lack that you are sitting with, your lack in this direction that the universe won't give you more. It will only give you whatever the number is stated in the job. And that's all that you will receive year after year, life after life, whatever is that that scenario in your head about how miserable your life is going to be because money is going to be so limited. It's a fear that you hold, it's lack that you hold. And so all that you have to do is work on these two. These two are programs that are not serving you. These two are your programs that you can easily shift to the other side. How? That one line, the universe is playing in my favor. I am taken care of. And then at that point in time, when you feel that you are taken care of, you can look at whether you want to take the job or not. But just a minute, we still have the other one to evaluate, the one with more money. So if you're going into that job just because it has more money, but it has no interest, it doesn't hold your interest, you think that the work is just not worthwhile. If that be the case and you are so, the only place that you want to be is that first job, well, the decision is made. But what about if things are not that bad? You might even consider this one, but it doesn't really excite you as much as the other one. You are not going to have so much fun in this job because the work doesn't excite you. Well, again, when I look at that job, what would I be thinking? The excitement is not outside. The excitement, the masti is within me. I carry that wherever I go. So no matter where I go, what I do, it might be that in that aspect, that part of the job, I won't be singing and dancing the whole time, at least not outside. But will I be miserable? If I am miserable, then it's simply a frequency. It's the frequency of sadness. It's the frequency of doubt. It's the frequency of frustration that I hold within me. The work is clear. I simply have to release the frequency of frustration, the frequency of doubt. And then again, now I've released both. I don't have fear of this job and I don't have fear of this job either. Now, which one to take? Now I can take any. This is called the state of equanimity. Personally, if you if you ask me, when I have worked on my fears, let us say something comes which makes me extremely fearful, a guidance comes and it makes me extremely fearful. And I'm fearful of whatever judgments will be taken on me, whatever people will say, how will this happen, what will happen, etc., etc. When that happens and I've worked on my fears, personally, I actually like to do whatever was asked of me. So if the guidance said, go jump from the window, I do tell people, don't jump from the window. Firstly, clear and come to equanimity. The guidance might shift. But if it came to me, I know I would just be okay. I've brought myself in equanimity. Now let's try jumping out of the window. And that's why these guidances don't come to me that tell me to jump out of the window, because they know this woman's crazy. So the whole point being that once you come to equanimity, I actually do the thing which I was fearful of. Why? Only because it makes me test whether I'm actually in equanimity or not. It just gives me proof whether I'm actually sitting, when I was sitting at that crossroads, whether I should do this or not do this. If I was fearful of not doing that or doing that, wherever the fear was more, I will simply go ahead and now try it out. But even before I try it out, the observation, the eyes constantly within. If I'm not feeling that the fear has left me, the work is actually not to do whatever was being asked to do. That is action. And all of you know, I don't believe in action because I understand that whatever the action is, if it is performed in fear, then it will only create more of the same. No matter what I do, if I could have worked on my fear, but fear remains, then there is no point being in a rush to take the action. The whole job is to act from fearlessness. But if fearlessness has not come, then simply keep observing. What do you do in the meanwhile? Whatever you do on the outside, it's not important. What you have to keep doing is observing within. The work, the inner work that is happening, whether it happens this time or 2 days later or 5 days later, it doesn't matter. No matter what you're doing is an action. Your observation needs to go deeper and deeper within. This instance has clearly just shown to you where the observation needs to be. Where do you need to peg it on? An outside event, an outside crossroad is simply showing you that. When you are done with it, maybe that one of the avenues will simply vanish. It won't even happen. That choice will be taken away. And then the decision is simple. If the choice is taken away, then whatever remains is the right choice. But as you did that, as even you came to a single choice, you have used this opportunity to work with it. And that's the only work that there always is. So this is how I would choose. I was just, I was just talking to somebody a few days ago, and they were sitting in fear and lack of not having enough money to do something. As they sat in that lack, and they were like, oh my God, I can see it as lack. I can see it as lack, and I can see it as this. And why is the lack still there? Oh my God, the lack keeps coming back. I need to get rid of this lack. The understanding that I recently received, that no matter what, again, this is not an understanding I recently received, but I'll come to the part that I received. No matter what, we'll constantly keep tuning into frequencies. After all, frequencies exist in the air around us. All that we get to do now when the frequency hits us is to be able to look at ourselves and say, okay, where am I sitting? Am I sitting in fear? Am I sitting in guilt? Am I sitting in lack? Am I sitting in anger? And then from that place, bring ourselves back. Bring ourselves back to abundance, bring ourselves back to joy. I was recently sitting, extremely angry. I was very angry with money. Money had, again, put on some more weight on me. And every time I put on weight, I've always had to work on my emotions. I've always had to work on judgment. I'm the one that judges me, saying, if I put on weight, I will not be looking a certain way. If I don't look a certain way, people won't love me. Now, I know that all of you listening to me will be like, what an idiot. I completely agree with you. I am totally an idiot when I'm sitting that way and I'm judging myself in that way because I'm sitting in judgment. That's all that we do. When we are sitting in judgment, those thoughts, the thoughts that we have, will totally come from that place of judgment. So, as usual, I teach it to everybody. And so I did the exact same thing for myself. I simply started to release my judgments about my body. And I said, no matter what it is, no matter how fat I become, there will always be people loving me because I am awesome. I am awesome, and everybody will be reflecting that awesomeness back at me. So, definitely, I'm going to be loved by everyone. I just worked on that one, but still, there was this piece of the puzzle saying, why do I keep coming to this crossroads again where I have to keep working? I have to keep working on the same thing. Whenever over the last 2 years, I have moved sizes, each time I have had to come back to this place, do some work on me, come back to this place, do some work on me. And why is it? Why is it that I keep coming back here? It's almost like, I'm at the crossroads where I have to not judge myself. And then the minute I go into that direction, I seem to be taking a round trip and coming right back over there. And so I was a little bit upset with Mani. And so I kept asking him what's happening. But I worked on myself. As I do, I give a lot of love to myself. And I said, okay, fat, no fat, doesn't matter. The universe is playing in your favor. Everybody will love you. Don't worry, Meenal. And all of that. As all of this happened, Mani this time took me into another place. And he said, there is a part of you that constantly judges you. There's a part of you that works on that judgment, releases that judgment, but there is a part of you that constantly judges you. In this case, the part of me that was judging me, my eyes, right? So my eyes are judging my body. And then I'm working a lot to release the judgments, to be able to give a lot of love to my body that has put on the weight. And Mani said to me, guess what you forgot? You forgot to give love to the eyes. The ones that are judging, they too are a part of you. So this part of me, that's the judging part, and there's a part of me that's the non-judging part. There's a part of me, the non-judging part is able to work through and release all judgments, but it hasn't ever looked at the one that's judging and given love to it. I have a tool that's called the Wholeness Tool, wherein I'm always looking at opposites. And I'm saying, okay, if I'm lazy, I'm very hardworking too. If I'm truthful, I'm a liar too. And then I give love to both of these aspects of me. I give love to the truthful one and to the liar one. I give love to the lazy one and to the hardworking one. In this, the next step that Mani pointed out to me was, you're not giving love to the part that's telling you whether you are lazy or you're hardworking. That too is a part of you. That is the judging part of you. Will the judging ever be released? No, it can't be. We came in the body, we are going to judge. And so as we make these judgments, the only thing that I constantly point out is these judgments can now made to be serving you better. You are now making judgments as well. When you say you're crap and full of shit, and then when you say you're awesome, both of these are judgments, but at least one is serving you better. Because when you say you're full of crap, what is the entire universe going to bring back at you? Exactly this thought that yes, you are. And then when you say you are awesome, what will the universe bring back to you? Well, yes, you are. So whatever thought you carry and wherever you put your focus on, that's what the whole universe is going to vibrate at. And so is this not a judgment? Of course it's a judgment, but it's serving us better. But the part that is judging, sometimes this way and sometimes that way, we forgot. Well, I forgot to give love to that part. And so Mani said, well, you have to be non-judging towards your judging self as well. So allowing it to judge, accepting that parts of me will always judge and allowing that judgment to happen. not moving the needle each time that judgment happens. This seems to be my latest learning. Even as it judges, first I thank that part of me which has judged me. Then I can give love to whoever got judged in the process. So now, this being the case, I understand now why again and again I was being brought to the same place. And we think it's the same place, but it's not. Each time we come back to that same crossroad, if it is a repeat pattern in our lives, then now to understand that as we work on the energies, a layer gets removed, till you get to the bottom. This pretty much seems the bottom, at least for now. And so I hold on to this till something else gets revealed again. But only to understand that when I was working, it almost felt like I didn't work on anything. It just keeps coming back. Why does this lack with relation to my body keep coming back? Well, it's coming back, but you don't see that it's yet another layer. Each time you come back to that place, a new layer gets revealed, a new layer gets shed, and with that, a little bit more peace in our awareness. So that is why I say the work is all the time. The work happens continuously, but as we keep doing the work, we are the receiver of deeper peace, of deeper joy, of deeper ananda. So keep working with whatever you are doing, though the crossroad looks the same. It's brought you here. It's not a wrong turn that you took, that you had to come back and took a full circle. No, even if it's a circular thing, we are constantly moving deeper and deeper and deeper into our own self. So to understand that each of those, every time you take a decision and you're back to the same place, or you think that you're facing a repeat pattern, understand that the work is still within. It is still within. You still have to do the same thing that you did 100 times, but each time you do it, something is shedding. So that is why no matter how many times you come to crossroads, there are never any wrong turns. Everything is just simply either clearing your energy by showing you what all exists within. It is showing you, okay, you still have this one. You still have a little bit more. You can still go a few layers deeper. So it's either taking you a little bit more deeper to yourself, or it's revealing, it might be a brand new incident, and it's revealing what else do you hold that you need to work on. We are blind. Till the time something doesn't manifest, we are blind. We don't even realize what all we hold in our energy field. And it's meant to be that way. Why? Because we came to judge. We came to experience. The experience itself, just last time, we were in a full webinar on purpose and purposelessness. And to only understand that we came to experience everything. When something happens to us repeatedly, and we think that, okay, life keeps bringing us back. It's on a loop. It keeps bringing us back to these situations again and again. We feel stuck. We actually feel stuck. And now we are looking to get released from them. We're looking for a release. We're looking for an answer. As we feel stuck, we want to run away from that situation. We want the situation to shift. The only way that I have now understood that we can shift from a situation is first to simply immerse ourselves completely without wanting to run away. The acceptance of that situation as is, not wishing to move away, because simply being able to see that this rush to move away, this hurry to move away also only belongs to the frequency of fear. It only belongs to the frequency of fear. You're not in equanimity if you are resisting something, if you are rejecting an experience. The first step in the positivity process is acceptance of the experience itself. So if you are sitting in fear, accept the fear. You're sitting in lack, accept the lack, be in that lack, experience that lack fully. Not wanting to shift it. As I said, somebody said to me, why does it keep coming back? It needs to go away. I've worked so much on it. It needs to go away. It'll come back if it still needs to show you something. And that's the reason why experiences happen. That's why no decision, no path is ever wrong. You will be taken into every path where something still remains to be seen. And now that you understand that the whole job is only in the energies, you will be easily able to see it. So why the fear? Why the fear of any experience at all? Simply look at it. Every experience. No, I only want joyful experiences. I don't want sadness anymore. Why don't you want sadness? No, because the last time sadness happened, my heart was shattered. I felt really, really broken. I can't deal with this again. Can you imagine that actually your life, your energy came to experience that shatteredness? That too, just an experience. And your life was created. The events were created in such a way that you could experience what it means for a broken heart to happen, what it means to be in sadness. You came for that experience. It's in your energies. You wanted a deeper experience of the same, and it happened. But now you are in awareness. So when sadness comes, the life, the frequency, the energy wants to experience that sadness. Why does it want to experience that sadness now? Now everything is over. Now I know the answers. Why does it want to be experienced now? Because through every game, whatever I've rejected, whatever I've resisted, through every game that happens now, answers are revealed. Answers are revealed each time. So, not even running away from any experience that happens, but simply, okay, this has happened for sure. Something is going to come up that will show me another layer that I wasn't able to see before. Because that is how the answers work in awareness. The emotions happen, the experiences happen. We no longer reject them. We look at them through the eyes of the observer. I see that the frequency of sadness is playing up. I wonder what sadness is going to show to me this time. And you sit with this thought, not engaging in the sadness, but rather watching it. Through this watching itself, will you feel sad? Yes, you will. That frequency will touch you and you allow it to touch you. As you allow it to touch you, answers will come. From that sadness, from that anger, from that, well, it's nice for us to get answers from joy, but even these experiences are for a purpose. So when life brings us through any path and we say, oh my God, if I hadn't done this, I wouldn't be so sad. Well, sit in sadness and experience it, because this too is going to bring you answers. And this time, the answers will be all about awareness, a deeper layer revealed, a deeper answer revealed. That's how beautiful every experience is, every experience ever. So as you sit in experiences and something shifts and something new comes up, don't be fearful. Even accept the fear. Even from the fear, you will get to know another layer of fearlessness, another layer of who you are will be revealed. So having covered, it's kind of covering the topic that we took up for today, kind of, because it talks about nothing. We never take a path, no matter how miserable that path makes us. It's not without purpose. That path has a purpose. It is actually to reveal to us our greater self. And that happens. Maybe it didn't happen the first time around. It didn't happen the second time around. But that's why the path keeps coming up in front of us again and again. So if it's happening to you at any point in time, there is a path that keeps showing up again and again. There's an experience that keeps showing up again and again. Just understand It's for a purpose, and everything that you've done so far in awareness isn't a waste. It isn't. It's just leading you to deeper and deeper levels of self-awareness. Okay, everyone, I see a few chats. Let's just take a look at what we have. Okay, somebody says to me, it is mystic that you are talking about this because I had a feeling of regret about an opportunity that I let it pass without really attempting and just discarded it about a couple of months back. Yeah, I talk about many topics. Regret has already been a topic of mine, I think almost last year. But today, the understanding is way more deeper, that even as I allow, I've always talked about allowing every experience. But as we allow and as we expect and as we accept, it always was that it gets released easier. Today, the answer that I sit in is that as every layer is worked through, we are taken to the bottom of where the source belongs. The source of all that is getting created, whether it's regret or it's sadness or it's joy, the more and more we work within, we are being taken to the source itself. And once we reach the source, the mystery is totally solved. As the mystery is totally solved, now that emotion totally loses its power over us. Totally loses its power over us as we get to the source. If that emotion hasn't lost its power over you, if you're still able to sit again and again into the regret, into the emotion of fear, into the lack, whatever the emotion be, if you're able to sit in it again and again, then understand that yes, work remains, but as you keep working within, you're going to get to the bottom, you're going to get to the source, and then out. That will be your unsubscription to that emotional channel. Any other questions for me at this point in time? Okay. Thank you, Parul. All right. Okay, everybody, taking a deep breath in and relax. Another deep breath in and release. The next breath in, deep breath. And as you take your breath in, simply in this awareness that your breath is life itself. This breath that's going in, this carries with it life. And as you exhale, simply in this awareness that this breath, as you exhale, is death itself. With every aware breath, in and out, inhale, exhale, life and death. It's happening every moment with you. And so the next breath that you inhale, inhaling complete freedom, abundance, masti, anand. And as you exhale, exhaling the same. Complete freedom, masti, abundance, anand. And as you take the next breath in, feel the space in the middle. That's life and all of its experiences in the middle. And so, as you inhale, masti, in the middle, fill it with masti. I am abundance. I am joy. I am bliss. And exhale. The same intent, even in that depth, even as you exhale, simply masti, abundance, bliss, joy, anand. The breath, it brings you to life. Abundance, bliss, anand, joy. All the experiences today, as you look at them, the space in the middle, abundance, bliss, joy, anand. I am that. And exhale. And now, bringing into focus any event that has played out in your life, that has given you an experience that right now wants to come to you. It could be an experience of sadness. It could be an experience of joy, of anger, resentment, lack, whatever it is. If there is an experience that comes to you right now, then simply bring itself to your focus. Bring it to your focus. And as you sit now in complete awareness of the masti, the bliss that you are, look at that experience and transform it right now. It's leaving. It is leaving. It's dying in this moment. And in its death, there is masti and abundance. That experience no longer belongs to you. It just is an experience. You sign out from that. No longer your experience. No, it is simply an experience. Whatever that experience be, simply gratitude for it. Grateful for the experience that happened through you, for all the answers that it reveals to you. Thankful for all the answers, for all the mysteries getting solved in this beautiful frequency of answers, in this amazing frequency of bliss. Allowing that experience to pass through and to transform, transforming to bliss. All the emotions that were there at some point in time related to that experience, in this moment, in the now, simply released. As you release it, it's the moment of death for that experience. So much masti, so much abundance in the death moment, just as much in the life moment. Feel this lightness, this bliss as you inhale and exhale. Every experience welcome, every experience allowed, every experience accepted without fear. Playing in fearlessness, playing in limitlessness. Whatever the word limitless means to you, in the form of the bird, in the form of the sky, in the form of a cloud, whatever it means to you. Put your thoughts, your focus on that being your form. You are the sky, you are the bird, you are the cloud. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, all is for a purpose, all is in perfection. And now, take your imagination to a crossroad, as if you're standing at a crossroad, And there are so many paths going out. All these directions, so many different directions, and you are standing under that signage, that signage that you have, this direction, this road, that direction, this road. And you're standing there looking at where to go, what to do. As you look at that signage, you don't know what to do, where to go. You're standing there a little bit puzzled. And in that place now, in the now, breathe. You stand there, simply breathe in life and exhale. And as you do that, watch yourself just simply calm down. And all the choices become available to you. And watch yourself. Now, you will simply sit right there. The roads no longer mean anything to you. Where do you have to go? What do you have to do? You are already in that space, in the now. And watch yourself just sitting over there, peacefully, calmly, and all the crossroads around you, simply being there. They are no longer a part of you. Whatever is needed will come to you. Whatever is yours, you will be taken on. And yet, through it, you will just simply sit. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to be anywhere. You just are where you need to be. Releasing all the choices, all the crossroads, and simply being in that space, sitting under there. Observing, watching, enjoying the play, the drama. It's a busy crossroad. There's so many things happening around you. And yet, through it all, you are simply laughing and smiling and sitting right there. There is nowhere to go and nothing to do. Masti, I am. Bliss, I am. Abundance, I am. Om Mani. And now, whenever you come to any such crossroads, wherever there are crossroads and you don't know what to do, in that moment, simply remember to breathe. Breathe in life, the gap, that is the bliss, all the experiences, and then exhale, that is death. Accepting and allowing all of it through you as part of you. Simply allow, and the choices will show you whatever is your next move. Okay, everybody, lots and lots of love. Enjoy. Thank you. Lots and lots of love. Bye, baby.